Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that. We've got the Eon card. Judgment, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire. This is a doorway to the future. I think that you are ready to level up. I think that this is an energy that says, this is our first card, right? It's called Station. This is kind of the subjective experience of life. This is how you see yourself, right at the cusp of this life-changing moment. If you go through this, if you go through with this, if you step forward through the door, life will never be the same. If you stay on this side of the door, life will be familiar. Life will be comfortable. You kind of know what to expect. I've gotten used to this place. It's not the greatest place, but it's mine. Going through this doorway it's kind of like you're moving to a city that you've never visited before. You know, you've read about it. You know you're going to like it. You don't really know what to expect. And you know that it's kind of like, once I do that, there's no coming back. It's very difficult to go back. I'm starting to get choked up here. I feel like this is what we've been waiting for. I feel like you've been maybe staring at this doorway for a long time. This is a decision that has to be made. This is the spiritual alarm clock now. The alarm's going off. It's time to wake up and go through this doorway. What are we waiting for? What have we been clinging to? Let's put this card into a little bit of context. All right. Context is everything. We have the Ace of Wands. I think you're going. I think you're doing it. Whether this is a big relocation of your life, you're moving, across the pond, or this is you changing jobs. This is you going through with it's some kind of a life-changing plan. Maybe this is at work, at home, at school. This is in a relationship. You're going through the doorway, and I don't think you're looking back, you're looking forward. See, this card really should be crossing you like that, right? You're not looking back, you're looking forward. Your energy, your attention is focused on the future, not the past. We have the intuition, the High Priestess. Oh my God. We have the Two. Oh gosh. The Two of Cups behind you. That's challenging, right? The Two of Cups, love. Behind you, it's like you're turning your back on something that you once really, really loved. And there probably is still a lot of love there. Whether it's family love, platonic love, self-love, divine love, romantic, it doesn't matter. But it's behind you. It's like you're choosing to go forward. I'm not looking at this. I'm looking forward. Why do you have to leave this? And now I understand why you've been hesitating. Okay? The Hanged Man, there's the hesitation. There's the suspension of action. I've been floating in front of this doorway for a long time. I haven't made the decision to go in. I think right now you're going to say yes. And you're going through this doorway, which means that something that you really cared about is being left behind. We have the Two of Pentacles. Harmonious change. Okay? This is the love for the hometown. When I left my hometown, it's a bittersweet thing. I still a little homesick for my hometown of Milpitas, California. Right there at the kind of the southern end of the of San Francisco Bay. But we realize that to continue on with our life, to follow our destiny, to fulfill our potential, and to unfold what's the road that's kind of that's out there for us, sometimes we have to make those kind of difficult decisions and leave behind something that we cherish. You know, I couldn't have moved here and started this channel and started doing this work if I stayed where I was. Okay? So sometimes it can feel a little bit bittersweet. I think it's interesting we have the Hanged Man who is joining hands with the High Priestess. Look at that. They're mirror images. The High Priestess and the Hanged Man, they hold hands. And that is us choosing to accept the will of the divine here, choosing to trust in spirit. I think we're saying yes to this doorway, and we're changing our life in a very major way. Your whole life is changing. Okay? Now, the Two of Cups is usually something that we're very attracted to. It's something that we have loved. It doesn't mean it's going to be good for us. It doesn't mean that it was going anywhere, that it was going to be anything long-term necessarily. Here we have the universe. We have the Death card, a lot of major arcana. We have a Prince of Wands and the Libra energy, justice, adjustment, higher wisdom and discernment. You're making a choice based on what is going to be best for your life long-term. And on the other side of the scale is something that you love, something you're attracted to, something that you want, that felt good. Okay? That's really what the Two of Cups is. It's attraction. It's not long-term happiness or satisfaction, but it's something we like, something we're attracted to. Very interesting with these cards here. A lot of major arcana. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it here with Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. I'm feeling on the verge of tears here. I don't know exactly why. I think it's because of that Two of Cups. I think it's the idea that, are we giving up something that maybe this could have been the one? But instead we're choosing to we're choosing to leave that behind and take this opportunity to move into this new future and take our chances. You know, and to me it's obvious why we have these cards of delay. A lot of cards of delay here. If you have a prediction for the mystery card, put it in the comments down below. The major arcana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. This tells me that this is something that is like, it's been brought, this is a gift. You are blessed with this opportunity. Spirit has brought this to you and said, this is your path. And it's time. It's time to go. Now, my watch is always stuck on 8:53. Okay, this watch, I'll tell the story in another video, but this watch stopped at 8:53 on a very important day for me. And that's why I wear it, but it doesn't work anymore. Some of you have noticed that it's always stuck on the same time, and I'll explain the significance. It has to do with my liver transplant and things. But that's what this judgment card is. This is a divine doorway, but this is the spiritual alarm clock. Spirit is saying, your alarm's been going off, quit hitting the snooze button. Divine timing is here. It's like the cab is outside your apartment and keeps honking and saying, if you don't go down and get in that cab, they're going to take off. Or the Uber driver, I don't know if they still have cabs anymore. But you got to get on board here, otherwise the doorway is going to close. This is a portal to a new future. Let's do a divine doorway oracle card. I can't believe the majors we have here. And a lot of them do signify delay, okay? Slow and gradual change. We see delay here, restriction. We see, the need for patience. But we see, I think here, too much patience, too much delay. We see the Hanged Man suspended in this indecision, but we kind of feel like I've got to just trust in what my spirit is telling me, and I got to go through this doorway. Here's your divine doorway oracle card, a note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. I think what's going on here with this Two of Cups is that, yes, it is something that we loved, and we're very attracted to it, probably still are, still do love it. I think there was a recognition that this didn't have the longevity. It's kind of like, I still love my hometown. I still want to go and visit, and maybe we will one day when we can afford it, going all the way, flying back to California. The three of us, my wife and our daughter as well. I still love it. It still has a fondness in my heart when I think of it. I kind of want to cry. Yeah, little old Milpitas, California. There's a wonderful restaurant in Milpitas, California. I think that's what I miss the most. Because it's like that, you know? But just because I miss a particular thing or a few things or just the general vibe of being in that hometown, because it's so familiar, I could drive the streets of that town with my eyes closed. I'm not going to do it. That's dangerous. But you understand. Feels like home, right? But I know in my higher wisdom and discernment that I can't go live there. I couldn't afford to live in California anymore. I love it there, but I can't afford to live there. And I don't think that I would have had the opportunities that I have now here doing what I'm doing if I would have stayed. So as much as I might miss that, certain aspects of that, particularly that Mexican restaurant, my stomach's starting to growl now. I know that it wouldn't have been wise for me to stay there. Spirit brought me somewhere else. Okay? Spirit has led me down a different road. And I think that with this, we might have such fond memories of something, we might love it and cherish it intensively. But we know that it's not the one that I'm not supposed to stay here. So we maybe are feeling like if I were to stay here with the Saturn aspect of the world card or the universe card, we know that it would have been restricting to my nature. I could have stayed in that comfortable hometown, it feels like home, but probably wouldn't have really gone as far as I need to go in my life, you know? And it's easy for me to say that now, looking back, oh yeah, well, things had to happen the way they happened. But what if you haven't yet left this? What if that doorway is here and the doorway is asking you to close the door, to go through the door, but close it on this past? And you're thinking, but I love this. Okay, I think we have to trust in karma, trust in destiny, trust in our own soul that is telling you it may be lovely and you love this tremendously, but this isn't everything for you. This isn't where you're supposed to remain. It could be that this is love, yeah, but maybe it doesn't have the staying power. Right? That this wasn't going to be something long term for you, or this isn't going to be the right situation or the right relationship. Okay, I don't know what kind of love it is, if it's love for a person, a place, or a thing, if it's a particular idea or a particular thing or principle or a particular art form or a lifestyle or a behavior even that you're very attracted to. Sometimes this card is saying, look, attraction is not enough. Okay, maybe there's nothing further. Okay. Anyway, your second position card, the battlefield, is the Ace of Wands. This is a yes. This is kind of like saying you either have to look forward and focus your energy straight ahead and go through the doorway, or you got to go back and focus on what's behind you. Okay? You can't split your attention into two directions right now. The difficult thing for you, I think, is to say yes when we know it should be a yes. It's instinctively, intuitively, you've got that high priestess under the surface that's trying to lead you to your best life, trying to lead you over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. What is grandmother but the universe itself? Mother is the empress and the grandmother is the universe, right? The difficult thing is to trust in this intuition, trust in what Spirit is telling you, and make that decision to go through this doorway. A note on love: seek different seasons, enter into the unknown. Love is the focus. It's like we still want love. Maybe it wasn't the right love for you. We still love it, we're still attracted to it, but maybe it's like, maybe this was too small, too limiting. Okay. Underneath the surface, we do have this high priestess energy. The high priestess is your intuition trying to lead you to your best life. Okay? And I think when we allow, this is the starlight. Okay? This is literally like the beam of light that's coming into your aura and illuminating what's going on. It's revealing the truth to you, showing you the way. It's telling you the mysteries. And it's kind of revealing to you the truth about that Two of Cups for you. And there's probably part of your conscious mind that's saying, no, 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 I don't want to believe that. I love that thing. I don't want to leave it alone. I don't want to have to move on from it. No, I love it. We have to learn to trust in this, because the light, this is the light coming from Spirit, coming from the star, your soul, your spirit, God, goddess, deity, spirit guides, ancestors, holy guardian angel, universal mind, universal energy, conscience, whatever you want to call it, the daemon, the genius, whatever. This is the message itself, the light of the star. And we are feeling it. We are aware of what it's telling us. And I don't think we necessarily like it, but we know that we've got to listen to it. And that's kind of the issue with our hanged man, because the hanged man is a couple of different things. The hanged man is the idea of suffering and sacrifice, that we're being asked to willingly give up that Two of Cups, the old Two of Cups. We're being asked to give it up, a willing sacrifice. And it's kind of like we know that to go forward into this, to enter into the unknown, and to make changes in life, that we are requiring faith to believe that this is going to be a harmonious change, that this is going to lead to better things, bigger things, more important, more important unfoldment of life. That we have to trust in that. And in order to move forward, we have to give up something else. Now, you could easily look at this spread and think, maybe Spirit is trying to get you to choose between your career and your love life, romantic life and your financial life, okay? And we could look at it that way too. We could look at it and say, well, look, there's something else out there in the world that I want, which means that I have to sacrifice this. I don't feel like, I don't really think that we're necessarily being asked to choose. I don't think it's a dichotomy here, okay? Because the High Priestess is grabbing both of these things, you see? And so is the Hanged Man. When you look at the angles of the cards, the hands are going to the love and the pentacles, okay? The cups and the water and the earth. And so is the High Priestess. So it's kind of like saying, look, if you want this love, this is what you want, whatever type of love or attraction or whatever that feeling is, we've got to move forward and we've got to make some changes, because this wasn't it. Okay? The Hanged Man is that idea of sacrifice. I've got to let go of something else so I can, and maybe we have to let go of both of these so we can take the hand of the High Priestess and kind of do the work that our Spirit is guiding us toward. The Hanged Man is also a suspended action. We haven't yet decided. Okay? And it could be that we feel like we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't know what to do. And so we haven't done anything. Our indecision is also kind of a decision, right? And that's part of the Hanged Man as well. Suspended action. Something is pending, and we're choosing not to vote. Okay? But by not voting, we're sort of making our position clear. Yeah. So that's a card of delay. Yeah. The inability to sort of make the choice. This card is also, as I have been saying, it's reaching out for some sort of guidance. Yeah. And I think you're tapping into that inner wisdom of this High Priestess, and that's the guidance that we need. See, these two cards, they're meant to go together. They are meant to go together. We are surrendering to that spiritual energy, to that starlight, the will of the divine, or to the High Priestess, to the intuition. Okay, to that part of you that's sort of urging you to go through this doorway and say yes to this future. Yeah. but there is the delay. There is that suspended action. In the future position, though, we have the Two of Pentacles, which is action. So we're making a decision. We're going ace to a 2. We're making the decision to act, and we're acting on this. We're no longer just suspended in this inactive kind of position or refusing to make a choice. Now we've made a choice, and we're going forward with that decision. And I don't know what that decision is. To me, the aces represent yes, and the 2s kind of represent no. We have one of each here, so maybe the order of events here is important. Okay, but it very often is, it very often is it's a proactive step. It's either a choice to remain here and forget about this, or to go forward here. But the thing about the Two of Pentacles is it loops back around, right? So it could be that we're not actually losing anything. It's kind of like, yeah, we're being told to continue on our journey, not to stay or be stuck in one place because maybe this isn't the situation that is meant for you. Maybe that's not the right person. Maybe that's not the town where you're going to really fulfill your dreams. It doesn't mean that you're never going to have love. It just means that you've got to find it in a different place, perhaps. Or there's other work you have to do, and then we will circle back in on this. And this is going to mean so much more. Okay, it could be that you will find this out here somewhere. So it depends on your situation, obviously. This could be that I thought that person was the one, they're not the one, I got to move on. Doesn't mean I'm not going to have love. It just means that wasn't the right person for me. If this is about me in, let's say, my hometown, right? I had to leave my hometown, but that doesn't mean it's not a part of me still. I still have a tremendous love for that. The Two of Cups is coming with me either way, because this isn't about the person. This is about how we feel about the thing. This is not about the town. It's about how I feel about the town. I don't have to be in the town to have these feelings. But with that Two of Pentacles and the way it loops back around, right? Maybe that, I wasn't meant to live there for the rest of my life, but I can go back and visit. I can still have that love. I can still have it as part of my life. So again, it depends on what this is exactly for you and how you're applying this energy to your life. But the way forward is to take a step. Don't be suspended in midair here, not taking any actions. You have to make a decision, go through the doorway, take a step forward. Okay. You found a coin on one of your walks recently. Not just any old coin. It was like a foreign currency or some kind of a token or a special coin. It wasn't just like normal money, right? I feel like it was kind of a lucky coin. You still have it though too, right? Yeah. Okay, Path of the Serpent. Let's talk about these cards. And as we do, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. The readings are totally free. It really does support the channel. And I know there have been a lot of changes lately. I appreciate all the support. I really, really do. I couldn't do this without all of you. Anyway, obviously, right? Anyway, the Universe card. This is a card of delay. Another card of delay. It kind of is like we feel lost in space. I don't know what to do. This is a card of restrictions. Saturn is a card of boundaries. I think really what it's saying, Spirit's saying, is that you are ready to take the boundaries off of yourself. By staying in this past love, you are severely limiting yourself. Whether that's not the right person, that's not the right job, that's not the right town, doesn't mean you'll ever have love again. It means the physical object of that love needs to be changed. Love is going to be the same. Love is going to be love. But the form that it takes has to change. The Two of Pentacles, right, is the card of change. You're changing the town, but you're not changing the well. Okay? And so you can still have this tremendous love, but it's going to look differently. It's going to have a different form, okay? Because the form it has now is too small, it's too limiting, it's too oppressive, it's too restrictive, it's too narrow. This card is about removing boundaries. But it's about us having to kind of, We need some kind of propulsion system. We're out here, we're floating around in the vacuum of space. I'm not able to control my movement. What we have with the Ace of Wands is some kind of a rocket pack, booster, thruster thing, like a jetpack. So we're strapping the jetpack onto ourselves, and we're able to move through this universe. Otherwise, we're just a cork on the ocean. And that may be how we feel here. That's how the Hanged Man feels. I'm just a cork on the ocean. It doesn't matter which way I go, I feel like I lose either way. It could be with the Hanged Man too. It could be that we feel that if we make this decision, we're going to be upsetting somebody. That somebody's going to feel like we made the wrong decision and we're going to be persecuted for that. If I move out of my hometown, my parents, my family, my friends are going to be mad at me. That they're going to think I made the wrong decision, and it feels like they're going to, they're going to be angry with you. They're going to persecute you. They're going to blame you for something. Yeah, so we kind of feel like I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. Either way, I'm getting this really bad blame. Either way, I kind of feel this guilt, right, with the Hanged Man. It's part of the Hanged Man's energy, is feeling that we're catching the blame for stuff. Feeling as if people are upset with me and it's a card of persecution. I feel like the mob is against me, that I did something wrong. But the secret of this card is that you're not doing anything wrong. You're in the right. Other people are blaming you, or they're angry with you, or they're feeling like you made the wrong decision. You did not make the wrong decision. You're doing what you feel is best for your life, what your soul and spirit, what your intuition and your gut is telling you is best for your life. And you have to do that, regardless of who is going to be angry with you, or who's going to try to blame you or persecute you, or try to make you feel that you've done something wrong. Okay? Very important with this card. Now, the Death card in the position of the environment, this is how you're seeing your relationships. Okay? It kind of feels like if I make this choice, that I'm cutting myself off from where I was, who I was, and what I had, what I loved, cutting myself off from love. See, the Death card is all about grieving and releasing. And the Hanged Man might already be feeling like we're in that state of grief, but we haven't even gone through the doorway yet. We're already assuming that we're not going to have love, that I'm losing this. And so it's like we're already mourning something that we don't even know is really going to, that we're really going to feel that way about. We could go through this door, we could make these changes in life, we could be infinitely happier. Okay, but we're clinging to this, thinking this is what it was, this is what I needed to have. Yeah, love, sure, but not this particular form of it. Not this particular manifestation of that love. We're being told to change the town, we're not changing the well. Yeah. So the Death card is also slow, gradual change over the course of time. And we have the cards of delay, delay, delay. We've been waiting and waiting. And I think Spirit is really saying it's time for an abrupt change. Mystery card might be the Tower, it might be the Nine of Cups for happiness. It's time for action. It's time to look forward. See, the Death card doesn't look back. This is slow, steady change over the course of time. Forward. Okay? This is kind of where we were versus where we want to be, and the time it takes to go from point A to point B. And it almost feels like this is Spirit's way of saying we got to speed things up a little bit. And that's exactly what we're doing with the Prince of Wands. We're hitting the gas pedal. Prince of Wands in the position of the obstacle. It's difficult for us to get going and stay on the gas. Okay? This is the card of cruise control. This is the card of kind of staying committed to something. It's like, well, what if I make this decision and I immediately feel like it was the wrong decision? I start feeling bad about the decision. I start to feel guilty, and I start to feel persecuted, or like everybody's mad at me. I'm getting blamed for stuff. And what if I just end up turning around and going back home? Okay. And that's something legit you're going to have to deal with. But this is a card that's saying stay the course. Once you get your your jetpack, your thrusters fired, set the cruise control. Make it happen. Don't let off the gas. Regardless of what your mind says, regardless of what all your family and friends might say about how could you do this to us, how could you leave, how could you go and do something like that, when you know in your heart of hearts that you're following your will, that you know that your decision was a just decision, a fair decision. We have this adjustment card, the adjustment or justice card, the higher wisdom and discernment, because I feel like you believe that this is the right choice. Okay, you've done the math enough. It's time for actions. We don't have any swords cards here, do we? We have all of our majors. We've got fire, water, and earth. Fire, water, and earth. Fire, water, and earth. Okay. And the fire and the earth is saying, I want to make this change, but my heart is clinging to something from the past. But the only air energy we have really is the Libra card, the adjustment, the higher wisdom and discernment. You know, you've weighed the options and you said, this is something that's right for me. This is going to be best for my life. And I know that I have to leave behind things that I love. I know that people are going to not understand and people are going to attack me for it and be angry or upset with me. I know that people are going to try to throw a guilt trip on me for doing it. And that's how I felt when I left California. Maybe this is your exodus too, I don't know. But I felt like my parents were upset with me. I feel like my friends all thought I was making a big mistake. You know. But that can't prevent us from trying this. I think leaving California, moving here, and everything that has happened since, my wife, my daughter, this YouTube channel, and we have 6 YouTube channels now. All of this is kind of proof to me that I made a good decision. Even if none of this would have transpired, even if I was just sitting here in a little apartment by myself, talking to the wall or something instead of to you, I would still probably feel that it was a good idea for me to leave California. And I think you believe that you're making the right decision. And Spirit's confirming that. And that alarm clock it's going off. It keeps buzzing. You keep hitting the snooze on it. Stop doing that. Trust in yourself. Believe that this is the right decision for you. I want to look at our mystery card. Tower. I mean, I'm feeling total Tower moment here. A life-changing decision that there's going to be before and then there's going to be everything that came after this moment. So if this mystery card is the Tower, I think that's going to be great. It might be some water energy. It might be a 3 of Cups. Might be any of the cups. Any of the cups. Could be a 4 of Cups. Which would also confirm that we've been stuck. We've been delayed. If it is the 4 of Cups, that will kind of show somebody who's like sitting here like this. Spirit's offering this cup, and we're just sitting there like, no, I don't think I want it. I don't know if I want it. Just leave it over there. Maybe I'll drink it. I don't know. I'm not sure. And Spirit keeps shoving it in our face saying, come on, take it. And we're just saying no. Maybe because we feel guilty. Maybe because we feel kind of scared of the unknown. Maybe we feel, the uncertainty. We don't know if this is going to be good for us or not. I don't know if this is a big mistake. Yeah. Let's see what we have. Oh, God, yeah, of course. The 4 of Cups. Do we not feel like we deserve something more than this? Do we feel like this smaller, contained, restricted version of love, that's the most that I'm allowed to have? Do I not feel like I deserve anything bigger or greater or more? That whatever I can do in this little town where I was born, that's it? That's all that's out there for me in life? This is the storm shelter. We're kind of hunkering down, sticking with what's safe and what's comfortable. Like we began the reading. We can stay on this side of the doorway where it's familiar and comfortable, even though it's small. Or we can go through the doorway into the wide, vast universe, figure things out. So that's the decision. Do we stay here where it's safe, feels stable, feels comfortable, It's not stable, and it's not going to be very comfortable, because you're going to continue to grow, but your container is going to stay the same size. Strong confirmation here, Capricorn. And now we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Capricorn, Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.